people of the internet. Welcome back to another video. It is I, Don Thomas, back in here with another one. As always, folks, the likes, the comments, the subscribes are all greatly appreciated. Thank you so much for the support on this channel. Without further ado, let's go ahead and dive into today's topic, folks. I got a video pulled up here. It comes from a channel on YouTube called First Post, in which they entitled their video, Future of Work, 39% of job skills to become outdated by 2030. Of course, folks have been talking about, just as of late, just the economy as a whole, the workforce, people struggling to find jobs, people wanting to quit their jobs, people, having a hard time maneuvering these waters, these economic waters here in America, and how it's adding financial strain for a lot of households. So, of course, I see a title like this and it makes me wonder, okay, cool. Well, 39% is a large percentage, almost half, just shy of half, kind of, sort of. And saying that the job skills of today will be outdated by 2030. Of course, we're now in 2025. So within 5 years, they're predicting 39% of job skills will be outdated. I want to watch a little bit of this clip, of course, get a little bit more insight. I'll be sure to share my thoughts. I encourage you guys to share your thoughts down in the comment section below. Let's get into it.
Somehow, somewhere, if there is a doomsday clock for workers, it is ticking faster. The World Economic Forum has released a report. It is called The Future of Jobs. It is released every year. This time it is making headlines for its doomsday predictions. Because there's a lot going on right now. Several global trends are shifting work. You know the obvious ones, like artificial intelligence, but also geopolitical tensions and green transition. All these factors are reshaping work and jobs are disappearing. This is what the report says. By 2030, 41% employers will downsize their workforce. 92 million jobs will be lost the world over. Who will replace them? Take a wild guess. It's not who, but what. Artificial intelligence. You see, the fastest declining roles are those that can be automated, like ticket clerks, administrative assistants, cashiers, bank tellers, or data entry workers. In the next 5 years, their roles may disappear. Soon, other jobs will follow. If in their place, AI will be put to work at a fraction of the cost. So should you be worried? Can your job survive the future? How do you know where you stand? Tonight, we'll try to answer these questions. Now, picture this. Let's say the world's workforce is made up of 100 people. Out of this, 41 people are secure in their jobs. This includes people who do physical labor, like janitors or construction workers, medical personnel, strategic decision makers, tech professionals, and green energy experts. Your big data specialists, fintech engineers, EV specialists, energy engineers. They don't need to worry a lot at this point. But out of the pool of 100, 59 workers need training urgently. Because 29 can continue in their current roles only if trained, 19 will have to be redeployed to a different role, and 11 will have to leave their job. This scenario is not made up, it is based on data for the next 5 years. So this is the future of work until 2030. Where you fall in this pool can tell you a lot about where you stand. And if you don't like the result, if your chances are not too good, remember, all is not lost. There is a silver lining. In the next 5 years, jobs will be lost, yes, but this change will offset job growth as well. By 2030, 78 million jobs will be created. So whether you want to look for a new job or switch careers or stay where you are, do know this. Across industries, skill demands are evolving. On average, 39% skills will become outdated in the next 5 years. 39%. And this makes sense. The world is changing rapidly. We need new skills for the new world. So how do you gain them? By upskilling. In recent years, it has become a tech bro buzzword, but experts say it is also a force for good. Upskilling alone can help create jobs. According to the World Economic Forum, more than 5 million new jobs by 2030. It can boost global GDP by more than $6 trillion. And most of all, it can future-proof you.
Let's pause right there real quick. Of course, I wanted to let her cook a little bit, but you get the idea, folks. 39%, of course. It says here, 39% of job skills to become outdated by 2030. Now, this information, of course, is shocking, but of course, it's not shocking at the same time, right? Because again, as of late, for the past, 5 years, I guess we could say, let's look back in the last 5 years. We have been seeing an advance in AI technology. I feel like AI technology has just been something that it's here to stay. It's not going anywhere. I feel like the speed in which it's increasing in terms of implementing itself into the workforce is at a rate right now that, a lot of us can't control. And it's one of those situations where I feel like you got to get with it or get lost, as they say, right? But I thought this concept was interesting because some of the numbers, of course, again, shout out to this channel over on YouTube entitled First Post. Just the numbers that they were saying. Of course, the stats came from the World Economic Forum, of course, WEF, if you guys are familiar. And it just kind of makes you ponder. This is one of the stats here. By 2030, 92 million jobs will be lost in 5 years. In 5 years is what they're predicting, right? That's going to be, of course, they listed just a few of these things. So technological advances, geopolitical tensions, green transition. These jobs are going to be disappearing because of these factors here. She made a good point as well, too, just saying, like, the world is indeed changing. The world is changing, so it's going to take new skills to maneuver this new world, which does make sense. But ultimately, it just kind of makes me think, and it makes hopefully you, the viewer, think as well, too. Well, what should I be doing? What should I be doing? Of course, you heard her talking about upskilling as well, too, which is something that she mentioned. Of course, it's a common phrase used within the tech industry. We need to upskill. Upskilling means to learn more skills. Up your skills, basically what the case is. I thought that was very interesting because I'm in the actual process right now of upskilling in terms of just my background and things I bring to the table. So, of course, there's other things within my realm of work that I want to sharpen up on a little bit as well, too, just so I could be that much more useful for myself as an individual. And, of course, in the workforce as well, too. I said it some time ago as well in another video, man. The world that I see that's forming right now, you know, back in the day when it'd be like you have to like earn your keep. Remember when they say you have to earn your keep, right? Or no work, no food, whatever the case is. I feel like the world that's forming right now, we're gonna have to earn our keep. I think the people that have no skills, no ambition, no drive, no whatever the case is, those people are gonna fall to the wayside. It's like you're gonna be whatever they serve you, whatever they give you is what you're just gonna have to accept. And then there's going to be people that are going to take advantage of these situations. They're going to be upskilling. They're going to be, networking. They're going to be sharpening their skills. They're going to be, dabbling in other trades, this, that, and the other to be useful to society. I feel like slowly but surely, and of course you mentioned the WEF. Of course, if you know, Charles Klaus Schwab, whatever his name is, the dude that runs WEF, man. I did a video on them some time ago, actually, I should say. And their ideas for the future. World Economic Forum is, of course, just the world leaders come together and they just kind of, put together what they believe is the future of just productivity and just the, human civilization moving forward. And some of the things that they're talking about doesn't really favor the man who doesn't have anything going on for themselves, the man or woman, I should say, right? So hearing this kind of makes me think, man, it's just like, again, survival of the fittest. Remember when I've been telling y'all, man, that I feel like the world is like the Hunger Games right now. If you know, you know. Hunger Games right now. I've been using this analogy because I feel like it best suits what we're going on in the world right now. Hunger Games is a film that kind of speaks on how the arena gets hard. People are going up against each other for literally their survival and a chance at a better life. And slowly but surely, in our own way, I feel like America as a whole, or the world as a whole, I should say, is doing the exact same thing. So when you see these numbers, right, it makes you kind of think, well, damn, where do I fit in? In the next 5 years, jobs will be lost. Some people have multiple reasons why they are unable to upskill. Whether some people it's their age, right? Some people, as they usually say, you can't teach an old dog new tricks in most situations. So some people, like our parents' generations before us, the technology is speeding up so much where it's just like they can't keep up with the latest gadgets and knickknacks and this, that, and whatever the case is. Or some people, it's just the access to resources. Some people don't have the ability to, go back to school and, get that degree or learn this new trade or whatever the case is because, in most situations, quality education means money, means access to resources in a lot of situations. So, of course, I would never, say that there isn't free resources out there as well, too. I am a student of YouTube. I am a student of Google. Those are both universities I'm enrolled in. So you always have to be a student, which is important. But I feel like the world is moving at a pace right now that may be hard for a lot of people to keep up, right? So it just kind of makes me think, man, again, some of these numbers were startling, man. Some of these numbers were kind of startling. Again, videos entitled 39% of job skills to become outdated. 39%. Of course, I like the analogy she used. If I could find that clip here, where was it? Of course, I'm a man of graphics. I'm a visual learner. So if 100 people are in a room, approximately, of course, let's just use this number as an example, 41% of people are secure in their job. 41 people of those people. If 100 people are in a room, 41 of those people are secure in their role. 59 of them would need training. Out of those 59, 29 of them in their current role will be okay. 19 of them will be redeployed. 11 of them will get let go. I also bring up the question, of course, is just like, well, what are people to do? We're hearing numbers of course, I mean, she kind of answered as well too, upskilling this and the other, but like with these mass layoffs and then people, jobs being slow to call people back. And then of course the workforce right now just being as gritty and ruthless as it is now, where there's just recruiters and jobs and this, that, and the other. Job security is something that it seems fickle. It seems to be on sinking sand, as they would say, right? Job security, the idea of job security. Every day I'm on YouTube, I'm seeing people uploading videos of how they got laid off. Oh, I just got laid off 6 years from my role in my finance job or my tech job, whatever the case is. There's endless stories of people who are shocked about being laid off because they thought it was something that would never happen. They thought, oh, I was secure in my role and this, that, and the other. And jobs are just downsizing. I think that was another stat that they mentioned as well too. By 2030, or I forgot what the year it was, but she was saying within this video, if I could come across it, that jobs are going to be downsizing. It says it here, disappearing jobs by 2030. 41% of employers to downsize their workforce. We're seeing that now. Every day you're seeing jobs saying, oh, this company let go of 1,000 of their workers, 10% of their workforce, 15% of their workforce, depending on the company. These are major companies. These are companies that a lot of people would think, oh, well, once I work here, I should be good. Whatever the case is, 41% of employers will downsize their workforce, meaning if their staff is 1,000 people, maybe it's 800. Whatever the case is. And that could be scary for some people who feel like they were resting upon that role for job security. They were, paying their bills. They were raising their family. They were providing for their financial needs based off of the job that they thought was going to be something that they can grow in, that they can climb that ladder in, whatever the case is. And that's showing, the world is showing that doesn't seem to be as secure of an outcome. So it kind of just makes you think, folks. I know for myself right now, I'm in a stage right now where it's just like, what can I do to make myself more useful? Again, for myself as a man, and then just to society as a whole. What can I do to be more useful? What am I contributing to society? Because I'll say it again, man, I see a world that's forming right now where if you're not bringing something to the table, as they say, as just a human in our civilization, then you're going to have to take what they give you. And what they give you, you might not like. So I see a world where we're just feeding the robots. Again, been learning a little bit of course, this is like language learning models, LLMs. Of course, if you know, my tech people. And, there's situations out there where we're feeding the AI. The humans are feeding the AI. All our skill sets, everything we know, all our arts or crafts, our language, how we speak, this, that, and the other, we're feeding the AI so the AI can get smarter and smarter and stronger and stronger. Then what happens when it doesn't need us anymore? Take a guess. What do you think happens when we fed the AI so much of our natural talent, our skill sets, our learning? It knows how to talk like us, work like us, faster, quicker, more efficiently. What are they going to do with the humans when the AI is full, when its belly is full and no longer needs us anymore? What do you think is going to happen to those humans? We'll all just be engineers. We'll be AI techs to just keep making sure the maintenance is good on the robots and the devices and I don't know, folks. Let just be a stark warning. You'll be surprised how quickly 5 years could go by, and you look up and we're in 2030, and a lot of this is happening. I've been saying this for some time. Of course, I'm not going to stop saying it, that I feel like we're living in a completely different world by 2030. By 2035, I think a lot of people would have fell to the wayside, in my honest to God opinion. By 2030, between the range of 2030 and 2035, a lot of us humans would have fallen to the wayside. I do think we're going to have to earn our keep here in this world. Remember, I said it. But those are just my thoughts, folks. Of course, I want to hear yours down in the comment section. What does this make you think of, man? Depending on what workforce you're in, white collar, blue collar, college student, how does this make you feel? Are you worried? Do you not know what contribution you bring to society and what skills you need to be learning to allow you to prevent such atrocities from happening? Is job security a word that is no longer something that people can rely on, right? Job security and 401ks and climbing the corporate ladder and this, that, and the other, the American dream. These are all concepts that I've been speaking on for some time. And I feel like those terms are finding new definitions as we move on and on throughout our society. But those are just my thoughts, folks. Of course, I want to hear yours down in the comment section below. As always, the likes, the comments, the subscribes are all greatly appreciated. I will catch you guys on the next one.